When people think about climate change, they usually think about the impact on our environment and endangered species. But what they don't think about nearly as much is its impact on human security. What if I told you that more than 1 billion people may be forced to migrate by 2050, causing mass population displacement? Or that by 2040, roughly 5.4 billion people, more than half the world's projected population, are expected to live in areas where the demand for water exceeds the available amount. These issues lead to the breakdown of societies, with increased conflict and political and economic instability. How can all this be possible? Climate change is a threat multiplier. It aggravates other stressors which together can threaten a nation's stability. Many national security, intelligence, and military experts are becoming increasingly alarmed about this issue. Motivated by projections of dire consequences, they are coming together from all across the globe. They represent organizations including the International Military Council on Climate and Security, composed of senior military and security experts from over 30 different countries, and the National Security, Military, and Intelligence Panel on Climate Change in the U.S. Additionally, many civil society organizations, such as the global nonprofit think tank, the Institute for Economics and Peace, have also become concerned about this problem. To sound the alarm, these organizations have recently completed major reports about these issues of human security that will be experienced worldwide. These experts all indicate that big things are happening and big things need to be done to mitigate the impacts of climate change on human security. So where do we go from here? Fortunately, solutions already exist that, if implemented on a global scale, could launch us into a sustainable future for all. There are a wide range of solutions available now, many of which can be grouped into three main categories: decarbonization of industry, energy storage, and carbon sequestration. Luckily, there's been massive progress in technology relating to these fields. Many technologies and nature-based solutions are available now and can be implemented on a global scale. Here are some examples. Green hydrogen-related technologies can dramatically reduce carbon emissions in transportation, manufacturing, and shipping industry since hydrogen does not create any carbon emissions when utilized. For example, now you can purchase long-haul transport and local delivery trucks that are powered on hydrogen. As well, there is now a steel production plant powered by hydrogen. Energy storage technology has been rapidly developing, with the cost of battery storage plummeting in recent years. Based on data published by Bloomberg NEF, the cost of battery storage technology has dropped by 76% since 2012, making the combination of renewables and energy storage more financially viable. This storage can enable a massive increase in renewable power generation, which would eliminate the need for many fossil-fueled power plants. This energy storage comes in many forms, including pumped hydro, compressed gas, electrochemical batteries, and thermal storage. As we transition into a low-carbon economy, we can draw down our existing emissions through carbon sequestration through the use of technologies and practices to accelerate natural solutions. Examples of this are rapid tree planting with the use of aerial drones, regenerative agricultural practices, and wetland restoration. A 2020 report by the World Institute shows that regenerative farming and grazing systems, if achieved globally, would draw down more than 100% of current annual CO2 emissions. Other options include artificial direct air capture, which removes carbon dioxide directly out of the ambient air, and carbon capture storage, which removes carbon dioxide out of the gases emitted from industrial processes. The need for climate change mitigation is urgent. The technology and nature-based solutions are ready, and they need to be implemented immediately, simultaneously, and on a global scale. We need large-scale action for this large-scale problem, and the sooner we start, the smaller the impact on present and future generations. That's why we need to implement these solutions on an adequate global scale and without delay, and many trillions of dollars will be needed. Fortunately, there's a significant new initiative underway being carried out by a large coalition of organizations, including some of the world's leading financial institutions, such as Aviva Investors. This coalition is proposing a new mechanism, the International Platform for Climate Finance, IPCF, which could be launched at COP26 to help deliver the trillions required for the Paris Agreement. To do this requires commitments from global private finance institutions to align their business models to the Paris Agreement and ask the companies they finance to do the same. This coalition wants this to be done through an agreement, the Glasgow Private Finance Accord. This would act as an umbrella for the whole financial services sector, bringing together those already acting on climate and pushing those not implementing Paris to step up. This coalition is advocating support for countries to raise the capital needed for mitigation, adaptation, and transformation of their economies. These capital-raising plans, combined with commitments from private finance institutions, would mobilize investment capital to help put the world on a path to a net-zero transition. This coalition, the Coalition for the International Platform for Climate Finance, wants to ensure markets support the Paris Agreement rather than undermine it. For the IPCF to be established and push effective funding of global climate solutions, a substantial number of countries and their financial institutions need to agree on ambitious finance action for COP26. Therefore, we encourage everyone to learn about this important initiative and consider supporting the GPFA along with the IPCF's creation for COP26. The clock is ticking and the ball is in our court. The time to act is now. For more information on climate solutions, as well as how we can support this initiative, visit climatesand.org/CSSF.